Mic check. Let's see if this is working. All right. I think everything's up and running. Actually, we're going to start off with a cat. So everyone who's here, cat imminent. Tristan, oh, baby boy. Look at you. Oh, look at you. Yeah. Mm. Mm. No. Where are you going? Where are you going? Look at the belly. Oh, look at that belly. Ow. Why you bite? Why you bite? Hey, don't bite. Don't bite the microphone. Escape. How are you doing, Des? Good to see you. How'd your painting go today? All right. What am I doing? My brain isn't working today. Ooh. I I went out to paint today from a live model for the first time in before last time I did it was prior to COVID. So it's been a while. But it was a lot of fun. I probably should have brought the painting upstairs to show you. To show stream, but I forgot. So I'll have to take a break at some point to grab it. Yeah. Dude, my brain is just not on yet. I'm just so out of it. Hmm. Let me fix this up here. Mm, I'll put it there. Yeah. Hope everyone's having a good, you know, Sunday. And if it is, wait, Monday, I mean. And if you get to celebrate, so it's so funny, celebrate President's Day, meaning you didn't have to work today. Hope you had a good day for that as well. I don't know why I got the day off, but I did, and I'm really happy I did. And I'm going to be starting a new painting today. Because why finish the ones I already started when I can start a new one? I just need to set it up real quick. Oh, I can use that, can't I? Almost forgot about that. We don't have President's Day, obviously, but we have a holiday here today called Family Day. The province needs to do a certain number of state government holidays, and today was one. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's such a weird, like, holiday, President's Day, whatever. A lot of people don't have today off. It's not, it's not that common here to have President's Day off. Maybe this will stick. We'll find out. Today might end up being a bit of a short stream. My back um hates me at the moment. Absolutely hates me right now. It wasn't that bad until like half an hour ago when it just started. I don't know what. Hey Rob, Welcome. How you doing? Oh, Raiders. Hey, sorry. Welcome, Raiders. How you doing? So I have multi-stream happening. So if anybody subs or follows or whatever, there's a chance I won't see it. I do appreciate it very much. I have way too many windows open and I apologize. There's just too much going on. I do really appreciate it though. Like I said, I have two streams. I'm streaming to YouTube as well, and I'm not the best at this tech setup stuff. So anybody who does follow, thank you very very much. I appreciate it. Rob, how you doing? How was your stream? Were you working on the bananas some more? I am about to start working on the homework uh, that we got from Nicholas Uribe's class, just like Rob. Uh, I'll have to be to do. It was fine. Finished the banana yesterday. Started a portrait using the homework palette. Nice. So I talked to Nicholas, and I have to do a different palette than everybody else. Not because I'm special, because if I use my black, I'm basically doing my normal palette, and that defeats the purpose of the homework. So I have to do something different. So we'll see what I pull out of where to do the homework today. I haven't decided what exactly my what's it called, primaries should be for this homework. Where's Photoshop? There we go. All right. Any recommendations on an alternative to my CMYK palette? I could do the classic ultramarine blue, um, you know, ultramarine blue. Um, oh, what is it? Oh, my brain is not working today. Oh, you started a portrait of your cat. I missed that. I just read portrait. Oh, that's awesome. Did you see my cat in the beginning of the stream? Do I have cobalt? I don't have cobalt. I have ultramarine and I have cerulean. And yeah. And I do have cobalt teal. But I don't think I'd like to use that one. Cerulean would be tough. Yeah, it would be. Cobalt teal would also be tough. The difference between the two is that cobalt teal would also be expensive. That freaking tube of paint was so expensive. All right, so for my red, I'm just gonna do CAD red light. This one, I picked this one because it's a very orange CAD red light. So I'll do that for red. Oh, fuck it. Let's do cerulean for the blue. I can always grab my ultramarine if I need it. He likes a challenge. I too like a challenge. Ross says, I used CAD red light for years on your split primary palette. Yeah, it's a good color. It's just this one happens to be a little more on the orange side. Not bad. I'm just trying to go for something different, you know. And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get something like I'm just trying to get away from my normal palette. Des, did you know I was going to pick Cerulean after he said it? Um. All right. Let's see what else. What else can I do here? I can do my normal black. Do I have? I don't have a yellow. The problem is I don't have a good yellow. Other than my lemon yellows, I literally have nothing else that could be an alternative. No CAD yellow light. I have no. I have Windsor yellow, which is kind of a lemon yellow, bismuth yellow, and CAD lemon. Those are my yellows. And I also have one other yellow. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. It's all pretty much the same, yeah. Yellow ochre. Such a fucked palette. Such a cursed palette. As primaries, these three. Yellow ochre is great as the only yellow. I mean, in the right palette, yeah, I feel like this is not that, but you know, it's all good. Let's try it. Uh, yeah, we'll give it a shot, you know. I don't need that. All right. To me, this feels like a cursed palette because it's so like I don't know. I don't know. You're using black as well? Yes, I am. I will be using Mars black. I need to be able to go dark. Actually, I need to buy more paint soon. Should put in an order like this week. Then it's just the Zorn palette plus Cerulean. Oh, you're right. Shit. Okay. All right, let's change it a little. Let's change it. I don't like that. I don't want it to be the Zorn palette. Where's my palette knife? Oh, there it is. I can't. I don't have, I'm going to have to mix a pigment basically. I'm going to have to make myself a hue. So I'm going to make that my red. Why won't this close? What the heck? Did I just break this? What happened here? I literally just opened this. What is going on? There we go. All right. So I won't use my black, and instead This will be my black. So this is going to get weird. If I feel like I just can't do it, I'll adjust midway. Like I'm not going to kill myself to make this work, but I'll try. I'll try and make it work. All right. Let's see how this goes. Okay, Des. Hey, no worries. Rob, thanks for stopping by. It's good seeing you. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Nope. The background here in this reference photo is very, very black, but the reason I'm scraping paint off is because it's so early stages. I don't want to go in with super thick paint right now. So by scraping it, I thin it out a bit. And flatten out a lot of the ridges that it has. So if it dries, I don't have all these ridges that I don't want. Welcome back, Des. Even though it was hours ago, I will say having spent the day painting, like having spent 4 hours painting from a model, I can definitely feel, um, you know, like I definitely feel warmed up. That's for sure. I might have to give up and actually put in CAD red light on its own because not having real red is rough. But we'll see. We'll see. This painting's going to go through a real ugly stage before it pulls through. I can tell already. But, it's all right. Yeah, it was weird working in person. It's been such a long time. The school that I went to is really great. The uh, Austin Atelier Dojo, but yeah, it was uh, very awkward for me because it's just been so long. I found out Devin Rodriguez has a portrait painting course too. I looked at it, the curriculum, and it's similar to many free videos online. I think I'll hold off and just do what I can from YouTube. That's fair, Des. I think there's a few stages in the process where having a teacher is extremely beneficial. Um, and if I were to break it down to like the stages, I think that those are, at least in my head, I could be wrong, but I think very, very early on, like when you are like clueless and you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you don't know, you're completely a noob. You don't know what paints to get, you don't know anything. Uh, I think having a teacher in that during that time can be very beneficial. Of course, it's a little different if you already know how to draw and paint, just not with a particular medium. It varies a little. And then the other stage I would say is whenever you like basically whenever you hit a wall and you just can't, you know, seem to progress past that. And then uh this doesn't always apply to if you hit a wall. I'm saying like you go from not knowing anything to practicing and knowing, and then you kind of hit a wall. And then is a good time to have a teacher. And then once you get past that, I think there's a time where having taking classes might not be the most beneficial. And then I would say at like very high level, it's always good to have a teacher, but it is more challenging in a lot of ways. Yeah, bump up the skills. Yeah, absolutely. Because YouTube videos can teach you so much, but there's a point where the the place where they fail is, as always, is on feedback. If you need feedback and you can't get feedback, that's a limit. That's a limitation. That's one of the main limitations. By the way, to any of the YouTube viewers who are hanging out, you are more than welcome to jump in the chat and say hi if that's something you feel like doing. If not, no pressure. You are more than welcome to hang out and just view and have me on while you work or muted or whatever you feel like doing. Obviously, I have no say in it, but you are welcome to jump in the chat if you feel like it. But yeah, the Atelier Dojo in Austin is great. They moved, and I didn't even know. I felt so stupid because I went there and I didn't. I had to rely on maps to get there because I didn't realize that they had moved location. It had been so long since I'd gone to a class that they'd moved, and I didn't even know about it. But what can you do? I will say also, um, learning online from like individuals, like do some people are really good at teaching online and giving feedback and being able to compensate for the fact that you're not interacting with them, but it's all on the computer. Some are not, and it can be very frustrating. I missed this at the thing today. I didn't bring my brayer with me to the workshop today. Oh my god, I missed it. After I do this, I'll take a break and I'll go get the painting so I can show you all what I was working on or what I did in 4 hours. But yeah, oh dang, I forgot to hit the like button. But thank you, Des. I appreciate it. It's all good. But thank you. I do appreciate it. All right, let me go get my painting from today real quick. BRB. I'm back. There we go. Actually, let's do the no face cam. There we go. So I don't have a wet palette carrier. So what I did was I took my my palette. That's what that is, palette. Yeah. I put little wood spacers and clamped the painting board to it. Yeah. A makeshift what's it called? Makeshift wet carrier. Yeah. I think it may have messed up the paint at the very top and bottom, but like, oh well, whatever. Let's see. This is the tricky part, to not ruin the painting while taking off uh, the clamps and everything. Okay, a little paint got on the wood. Not too bad. I need to keep it away from Dresden, but yeah, not too bad. So, check it out. There is no nudity because I didn't paint nudity into it. So, yeah, no nipples. Don't get me, Twitch. It's a bodysuit, okay? But yeah, this was 4 hours of painting live. It's been a while since I've painted outside of this room. So, yeah. Pretty happy with it. It's not bad. It's not my best painting ever, but you know, it could have been so much worse. Yeah, Des, that'd be great to find groups that paint. Absolutely. I'm trying to find a way to put it up there without it getting other things dirty. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, so little space. I feel that. I'm very lucky for the space that I do have right now, but it's not always been like this, you know. Isn't that right, Dresden? Oh, you don't know. You've only known this home. There's a lot of things you can do to like maximize your space, but yeah, it is frustrating and it is limiting, and it it also makes time harder to manage because you always have to like maneuver things and move things. It just makes everything more difficult. I mean, even in my space, I'm constantly struggling to find places to like put things to dry and stuff like that. So I totally get it. You walked by a small apartment building the other day. I thought it might be a good solution for my household. I could have a unit, my sister could live in another, my daughter in another apartment, etc. Interesting. But it wouldn't happen. I feel that. I know, I've thought about all kinds of solutions like that in the past. They're usually impractical. If they were, everybody would be doing them, right? Back in the day, I also thought about stuff like I considered moving to another country, like um, you know, Mexico or the Philippines or somewhere And just places that I heard that like the dollar conversion is really, really strong. Not because the idea was to, save up some money, go live there, not have to work. At the thing today, I was using a different white than the ones I've been using for the last I don't know how long. It's like a student grade white. I could feel it. I was surprised. I thought the white would be the least problematic color. Oh no, I could totally feel it. Like it just would not cover or give me the tinting strength when it would go on. Like I couldn't. I'd put paint down on top of the paint that I'd already, that was already there, and it would just vanish into it. I had to like keep it on and overcompensate like crazy. Yeah, that was interesting. So I would say if anyone's looking to buy paint, uh, you know, and they're looking to save money by getting the student grade, uh, the Gamblin 1980 uh, white, I would say probably don't do it. Having said that, if you want a white that is not as powerful, maybe it's a good alternative. I haven't looked. I'm guessing it either has a lot of filler or zinc in it because it just was very, very weak. Hey, Don Lee. Welcome. Good to see you. How you doing? Yeah, new painting today. We'll see. The palette today's kind of borked, but we'll see. I may have to modify it. I can get into that in a minute. But how you doing, man? It's good to see you. So I'm supposed to do a primary palette, and I was trying to do a different primary palette than my normal one because I normally paint with a primary palette. So it's like it's not exactly a stretch to use, you know, a different one, like the same one. So I was like, oh, I'll use a different one. But then as I was making my new palette, uh, Rob pointed out that basically all I was doing is making what's it called? A Zorn palette with cerulean blue added to it. And I didn't like that. So I mixed up an orange, and this is supposed to be my red. And instead of black, I mixed up a dark purple, which is supposed to be kind of my black. And I'm using cerulean and yellow ochre. They're definitely more towards the yellow. Well, they're, you know what? They're not so much towards the yellow as they are away from red. They're just like, no, get away from me. Not red. Yeah. Um, So it's kind of a dumpster fire right now. We'll see. I might have to adjust it because it's just not gonna work, but we'll see. I'll try it out first. It's kind of weird using mixed colors as like main colors too, because it's not real like you know primaries. I don't know. It's a little weird. You bet I could lead the skin tones more towards yellow uh, if you wanted. It would be pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to push more towards the yellow. Yeah. You know what? It's messed up in a way, but honestly, as I'm starting to like bring it together, I mean, obviously there's still a mess, but I think it's a mess you can kind of see coming together slowly. It's not feeling all that like, you know, all that messed up, honestly. So I think it's going to be fine. We'll see how much stamina I have today. I already spent 4 hours standing and painting today. I'm not sure I'm up for much more of it. Or rather, I'm not sure how much more I'm up for today. I went out to my local uh, atelier school, and I went for an uninstructed 4 hour long session, painting session, model session. It was really good. It was really good to get out, but it's been forever since I did that. So is the a good opaque yellow? No, it's a yellow ochre. It's not the best. I'm not using that for my yellow. I'm using this. Mix anything with titanium white though, and it becomes pretty opaque. Ah, interesting. I wish it would let me know, but I'm glad it let you know. It's so stupid. I'm a mod on someone else's stream, and I can see when messages get caught on their stream, but I can't on my own. It blocked a comment because I used decent instead of good. Interesting. That said, I've had things blocked, but it's always when you said the name of another social media platform. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. Like I said, I mod for another streamer, and I can see when people write. It's mostly curse words, honestly, and they get blocked. But in my own stream, I can't see anything getting blocked. Just doesn't show up, which is pretty stupid. I feel like as the streamer, I should get notifications about what is getting blocked and what isn't. And even though I clicked the button that said to like display it, it doesn't. Censorship, yes. Some censorship is good, let's be honest. Some, not all. Fine, some is good. I mean, yeah, a degree. But generally, I think it's dumb to censor if all you're doing is mentioning a different streaming platform. That's dumb to me. Unless you're mentioning, inappropriate ones, right? And I don't mean like inappropriate like uh, you know, like Pornhub. I'm talking like, you know, Kick, where all the Nazis get together. I don't know. I guess they're more. Are the Nazis more at Rumble? I don't know. I try to avoid those places, so I'm not exactly versed in it. They don't really like me very much, so I try to stay away. No, does this mean I'm going to get banned for mentioning it? You don't know. I know you don't. I'm just kidding around. I actually know a bunch of people who went to stream on Kick, to try it out. I think a lot of them gave up on it, but in the beginning, a lot of people just went to Kick because like more money. You get to keep more money. So why wouldn't you, right? Makes sense. I get it. I'm not going to fault anybody for doing that. You don't know any of the sites I mentioned, to be honest. Yeah, you're quite the saint, uh, Donnelly. Quite the saint. I apparently am not. Yeah. You did hear about Kick? That's a site that gambling thing is open. Yes, that is the gambling backed website. It's the one that's a clone of what's it called, Twitch. Uh, but yes, it's all just a way to siphon people into the gambling side of it, into their crypto gambling website. I had to move her nose over a little bit. And they are lax about nudity, etc. Female gamers were getting a lot of guys going in and mistreating them. Yeah, yeah. They're what's it called? Um, um, they're very lax on the rules. One of their big streamers streamed the Super Bowl last year, I think it was, not this year. Um, like restreamed it, and he only got like a day suspension or something like that. So very laxed with the rules. And yeah, some a lot of very inappropriate things going on there. Inappropriate, I mean, because like I'm not very prude. I don't care about nudity, but the problem is there's almost no filtering for children and stuff like that, you know. So it becomes problematic. It's about how people treat each other to me. That absolutely is a big part of it. It's I mean, it's multiple layers, right? Like it's not just one thing. There's also I also saw someone's chat there, and they were just like spamming uh, like swastikas and stuff like that in the chat, you know, stuff like that, where you're just like, okay, this is just gross and horrible. Like, and the problem is that like a lot of these people, it is like young children who don't know any better. I saw this video of a streamer who his main crowd is, I think, like basically like, you know, young teens, barely teens, 12-year-olds, stuff like that, you know. That's his main audience. And he's been going down the red tube pipeline kind of thing. You know, he's kind of branded himself as a discount Andrew Tate. Um, and they came up to him and were, you know, like spouting off all this stuff, and they didn't know what they're talking about. They're idiots. They're children. And it's just so sad to see like the hate. Uh, and they don't even mean it. That's the other thing too. It's like these kids, some of these kids who talk about this stuff, like they're just like regurgitating memes. They have no clue what they're talking about or mean any of it. Some do, don't get me wrong, but it was just one of those things where it's just like, this is sad. These kids don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're talking about. They have no, like, they're so clueless. I'll never forget when I was a child. Like, I'm talking, shit, how old was I at the time? I don't know. I think, I'm trying to remember. I think it was like 9 years old or something like that. I was being influenced by my stepbrothers at the time who were older than me. And I was referring to basically all women uh, using the B word, right? Which I don't have a problem saying, but just in this context, it feels weird to say. And I said it and someone about someone, and she overheard me and called me out on it. And it, as a child, was so like, you know, in just ingrained in my memory now. It's so stupid too. And once again, not even like meaning it, just parroting what my stepbrothers were saying at the time. But so, I do feel like a lot of these kids just have no, they're just kids. They don't know what they're doing. It's just sad that these are their shitty role models. Oh, so speaking of, yeah, it looks like Thursday is going to happen after all. So I am going to be on that show on Thursday, which should be fun. And I sent them some fun photos, so hopefully you guys they pick something good and it'll be fun to paint or draw. Well, thanks, Des. I appreciate it. I will be posting about it when it comes up. So Donnelly says, "Oh, so it'll be a working stream, not just an interview." Um, what do you mean a working stream, not just an interview? It's called Drawn Together, so everyone's invited to draw together, you know. And then you're encouraged to tag them and so on. And they do that while like interviewing me. I'm just trying to get prepared for it too. I'm like trying to think of any kind of thing I should bring up or mention, or you know, are there any like is there anything I need to prepare in advance for this? Like should I have link? I mean, obviously I should have links ready for my YouTube channel, but other than that, like what do I need? How should I prepare for this? Like that kind of stuff. Only says, okay, I think I've watched it once before, so not super familiar. Yeah, yeah. They interview you for it's gonna be like 2 hours, and during that time they're gonna interview me, and they're gonna draw me, and I'm gonna draw me as well. And the crowd, the viewers are welcome to draw me as well. And I've provided photos, so they'll have, photos that they will provide to everybody else as well if you want to work from those photos. Yeah, absolutely. That's where I got that photo of Andrew Kadima, and that's also where I got that photo of Nicholas Uribe. That's where all those things came from. I'm a little worried about what you're going to do now, but I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. You're, Dennis, you're welcome to. Absolutely. Either one. You can do either drawing or painting, whatever you prefer. It's called Drawn Together, so technically drawing, but lately Dylan Sarah, one of the hosts, has been doing a lot more painting, and a lot of the people that have come on have been painters, so they've done paintings instead of drawings. And like I said, you can grab it, either do a screen grab, or they should provide a link to at least one photo that you can use. Yeah, Donley has drawn me before. That is true. I think a couple times, uh, at least. Yes, there was the birthday one. I do remember that. That was so sweet. That was such an awesome birthday. Oh, really? It's on your Insta, Donley? That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah, it was a cool birthday. It was Michelle set it up for me, and she got a bunch of people from from Pinky's community uh, to draw me for like a slideshow or music video type of thing. It was real cute. We have a cat visitor. It's a cat visitor. I know, Winnie. I know you don't like being held as much, but come on, get with the program. Look at this floof ball. She's so floofy. I know, little girl. You're doing so good. I know you're angry now. Yeah, I know. Aw, baby girl. I know. I know. Good girl. You did so good. Good girl. Okay, go on. Thanks, Donley. Stupid cat. They're so dumb. Oh, that's awesome, Donley. Totally forgot which one was yours. That's great. Thanks, man. So that's the YouTube channel I'm going to be on Thursday. I'm going to take advantage of this that I took my gloves off, and I am going to stretch for a second because my back is not happy with me. So, oh. My mic was acting weird. Sorry about that. If there was a bunch of clickings, I apologize. Yeah, Donnelly, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I went to the local art school and drew from painted from a model for 4 hours from an uninstructed workshop or modeling session. I don't know what they're called, but yeah. So I already spent 4 hours today doing exactly what I'm doing right now, only outside of the house and wearing a mask. Which, by the way, in case you were wondering, yes, everyone looked at me like I was a fucking weirdo for wearing a mask. But like, whatever. Yeah, the painting's right up here. Been a while since I painted in a anywhere but here. So yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Very challenging because it had been a long time. And I really didn't have like my setup. I just like I was not I don't want to say I was unprepared, but I wasn't prepared either. You know what I mean? Like it had been a long time since I've painted anywhere. So like I grabbed some materials and stuff. Half the paints I had wouldn't open. I had to grab one of the clamps from the easel. I had to grab like one of those big clamps and like use that to open up my tubes of paint because they were all old and they wouldn't open. You never have. It's uh it's really good. It's very challenging and it can be very disheartening if you're not prepared to like do a crap job. You don't think you did that even in high school? Interesting. Donnelly says, turned out well, in my opinion. I mean, I know it's a real mental shift to do that. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Your daughter won't sit for you. Yeah. I mean, maybe you can, if you ever have friends over, you can have a friend over for coffee and have them sit for you while you guys talk, chit chat, and hang out. That's doable too. It is quite the mental shift. I didn't have all of my tools with me. I didn't have my brayer with me. I didn't, it was just one of those moments where I'm just like, I don't have this, I don't have that. It's just like, whatever, I'll manage. Yeah, I'm happy with it for what it is. Is it the best painting? No, no, of course not. But is it a decent study? Yeah, I think it's a decent study. I would give it a decent study. Like that would be yes, it is a decent study. Her sister might while she crochets, but her cats need to come with her, and my dogs harass them. That sucks. Donley says that they did draw their fellow high school students in art class in high school a few times. Clothed, of course, of course. It doesn't have to be nude, you know? But Des, I would recommend trying to set up a drawing club on your own. And once you have a drawing club, you can hire a model together. You can all pitch in and hire a model to sit. That is not, uh, you know, beyond the pale. And to start with, you can start like one of the people I know, actually, two of the people I know from a drawing Discord got together. They went out for lunch and then they went out to a flower shop, bought some flowers, set up an arrangement, and then painted a still life, together while hanging out, kind of thing. That's cool. Hold on. Des says, "Oh wait, my sister is going to visit my mom on the weekend. I might tag along and paint her while we're there. Then I'll have no pets to worry about." There you go. There you go. Only says, "I just thought of something. You might be able to draw digitally with the Vision Pro." Someone used Photoshop in a video when demoing it. I mean, probably. I don't know how good it will be at like drawing with it. Um, I feel like it's more cumbersome than anything else for that. Because you're either going to have to draw with your hands where it tracks your hand, in which case, like, what's the advantage, or with your eyes, and that's not going to be healthy or pleasant. I mean, you can do a live drawing class and use Photoshop anyways. Do you mean use it like as an overlay so that only you can see it kind of thing? Is the idea that like you do a live demo, but you can use like augmented reality to see Photoshop or edit things and do everything while you're there? Is that what you're thinking, kind of thing? I will say the one thing it's probably really good at is like, because from what I've seen, it does a great job of locking things into place. So, like in like virtual space. So maybe it would be good for like tracing, like projecting. Like you look at the model, you take a photo of it, and then you can set it on your canvas and use it to trace, like that kind of thing. But I mean, there's also some problems with that because you're not looking at reality, it's opaque. You're looking at a screen that's capturing reality. It's a little like maybe kind of thing. There's potential there for something like that. Like I always thought like augmented reality, where you're seeing through the thing, but they can project images and stuff that only you can see, would be great. So you could have like reference photos everywhere while you're painting, stuff like that. Like that, I could see being cool. Just thinking of the possibilities. Um, there's potential there for sure. There's a bunch of other but unfortunate potentials with it, but there are some positive ones for sure. Hey, Creative Fit, welcome. Talking AR will summon me. I mean, it would be cool. I would love like decent AR, you know? How you doing? I wish I do wish that they would come up with AR versus like VR. You know, the VR stuff, like they're trying to compensate with cameras, but I just wish they went straight AR instead of VR. I know it's more complicated. They're struggling to figure it out, but yeah. Been in hibernation a few months of sick kids, but they better. Good. I'm glad they're better. I'm glad they're better now. Donley brought up the Apple VR thing, you know, talking about potential with it. But I'll be honest, I'm not too excited about it currently. Like I can see potential for the future, but right now I'm not really like all that thrilled about it. The other thing is I also see like horrible potential to it. And I know like one of the patents that they filed, which makes me particularly like less jazzed about the whole thing. So there is that too. It's depressing sometimes, like knowing things just makes everything worse. Not really, but like there's a degree of that, you know. Like I don't remember if it was Apple or Google or someone else, but one of those companies did a patent, filed a patent for technology that will track your eyes um, for commercials. So if if you don't watch the commercials pause. They don't go away until you watch them. And with the eye tracking that they have in that, in the Apple whatever they are, um, that's totally capable of doing that. That's the patent I'm talking about, Don Lee. That's one of them, right? That'd be super annoying. You'd return it. Yeah, but by the time they roll it out, it's going to be, not an option kind of thing. Like you'll have to go theoretically out of your way kind of thing. The same thing that they did with the same thing that they're trying to do with cars, like the thing where you have to have a subscription to use part of your car um, that's already installed in your car, like stuff like that. And you're just like, this is a dystopian hell. Why? Why are you doing this? They wanted actually they're doing it. I think it's which company is it? Can't remember which company. One of the companies are doing it where you have to uh, you have to pay a subscription if you want to have your heated seats work. For instance, they're installed already, but if you want it to work, you have to pay a subscription. You know, um, and I saw some things about it possibly even applying to like safety measures too. Like, oh, you want anti-lock brakes? They haven't rolled that out, but they want to. Like, oh, you want anti-lock brakes? Okay, here's your monthly fee. uh, Tesla makes you subscribe for their super fast mode. Yeah, yeah, it's stupid. Their car can speed up at insane rates. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of any of that, obviously. I mean, honestly, I don't think there's anybody other than the companies who are going to make a ton of money from this who are fans of this. I don't think that exists. keep having to move the nose over because I don't know why. I keep pushing it the wrong direction. It's that'd suck if you had to subscribe fee for say your air conditioning on your car. Yeah, it would. And they would love to do that if they could, right? If they could get away with it, they'll do it without a second hesitation. It's really a matter of like if they could get away with it without people getting angry. And that's one of the things, like if there's less, if there are less options out there, then at some point they're just going to all do it and you're going to be screwed. Back to the Model T. Exactly, creative fit. Yeah, exactly. Suddenly the secondhand you know, like all the old cars are going to be very valuable, or not valuable but sought after. I see. That's what's throwing me off. Keep wondering like why I keep like drifting and drifting over. This is why. The hairline, I keep seeing it and it's in the wrong place all the time. I don't realize it's in the wrong place. You have to head out. I have to get up early in the morning. See you guys soon. All right, Des, no problem. Have a good night. Creative Fit says probably just get a horse when people start eating the rich. Fuck, man, you need to be rich to have a horse. Those damn suckers are expensive. I know because Michelle wants a horse. Hmm, yeah. Oh, I don't know if either of you were here. I bought a projector. I tried it briefly. Now I've used a projector in the past, long time ago, and I'm not opposed to using a projector in general. Obviously, I bought it, but I bought it because I thought it might be good for like using it on stream kind of thing. Um, yeah, it's not. But I thought I'd try it, and tried setting it up, and it's not going to work. You were looking at the Amazon $99. Yeah, I got one for $75, something like that. It's got some problems. The software in it sucks. That's one big problem. Oh my god, so bad. And don't get me wrong, it functions. It does what a projector should. It just has some issues. I can go over it in a second if you like. I can talk about what the issues specifically were if that's of any interest. Um, but uh, yeah, for my purposes, I found it to be like probably not worth it. What kind of problems? One, no, absolutely happy to talk about it. So the software was really messed up. It's supposed to be able to mirror your computer screen over Wi-Fi, and that doesn't work. Um, it tells you the instruction manual is in Chinese. The online instruction manual is in English, and it tells you to use an app because it's a Android based projector, and it tells you to use an app that doesn't exist. Um, so that's kind of a problem. I was able to get it to connect to my phone, and I could project from my phone, or I could project. I plugged in a USB stick to it, and I could project from that. Um, it is slow and clunky, right? Like the whole process is not smooth. But whatever, right? You think, okay, well, you set it up once, forget about it, no problem. Okay. So the other problems, hold on a second. Um, I might be calling it a night pretty soon, anyways. So the other problems were with this light on, I couldn't really see it, right? I really could not see the projector very well. So I would have to turn this light off. Okay, not the biggest deal either. Um, to project something this big, this is a 9 by 12, 9 by 12. The projector would have to be like here, like right here, like arm's length from the painting, roughly, right? Uh, I tried putting it like back there, and I couldn't even see it. Like I couldn't see the image that I was trying to project at all. No, not at all, but very faint. and I definitely couldn't size it down to be on this. And if I were to get it any closer, it could no longer focus properly either, because it has a minimum focusing distance, and any closer and it can't focus. I think those were the main issues. It does get hot and does make some noise, but that's not the biggest deal in the world. The biggest problem for me personally, so this is the projector I got. My biggest problem with it was the connectivity and having to have it like right here. And for me, what about a dark room? Could I get it back further? Yeah, I could. But you still run into a problem. So it can connect via USB. I don't know. You can plug in a drive to it, like a thumb drive. Here's the thing. If I were painting bigger, I feel like much bigger, maybe it'd be worth it for me. Maybe. I don't know. You have to understand my like the reason I really wanted it to be, let me clarify that too. That's another thing. So when I paint, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a photo of this, right? I'm going to drop it into Photoshop. I'm going to overlay my my photo and my what's it called? My painting. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to draw back in all the like inaccuracies, right? And I wanted that for the stream, so I wouldn't have to do, like, I wouldn't have to go do Photoshop, come back, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? That was the idea. But for me, it doesn't work because I can't have it just sitting here the whole time. Don Lee is asking, is there a way that you can get it super close to a wall and are able to scale better? So I could theoretically hang it from the ceiling or something like that. You know, it doesn't have battery power, so it needs to be plugged in. I mean, it's workable. It just kind of depends on what you need it for. You know what I mean? I think is the big thing. How can I put this? My second thought, like my other thing was, I was thinking about maybe returning that one and buying a slightly more expensive one. They have ones that are much smaller and have batteries in them. The disadvantage to those are that they are, this one's at 1080p, those ones are usually lower than 1080p. So I don't know how good they would be. But I can keep, they work with a different technology, DLP, that's it, DLP, which supposedly lets you get the thing much closer without the lens being out of focus. Don Lee's saying there are some that can get super close to a wall and they scale better. Yes, those are the DLP projectors. They use a different technology and they supposedly can focus much closer to the wall. Like you could hold them like inches from the wall and it'll still be in focus. Yes. That's my understanding. And like I said, they're small. Like there's some that are literally like the size of a cell phone, right? And that starts feeling a little like that makes a little more sense for me, but they're a little more expensive. Not much, but a little, a bit. Ugh. I think I'm going to have to call it a night here, friends. My back is not happy with me today. That is a lot of standing and painting uh, between this and earlier today. Yeah. Yeah, creative fit. I mean, it depends on your usage, right? Like if you're going for a larger scale, that's the thing. As soon as it gets back further, it wants to go much larger, right? So it could work, absolutely. If you want, if you're in the Discord, um, or if you want on Discord would be best, but I'll be happy to share some information with you if you want. I can post about it on Discord and stuff like that. Yeah, in the Discord. Okay, I'll post some things about it. I'll post what I bought, and I'll post some other things I was looking at and the thing about the DLP and everything, so you can make an informed decision for yourself and see what it is you need it for. Also there's other things too, like I paint standing up, but some people want to do it. Uh, they draw. They want to sit down and look at the table, so they want to mount the thing on top up high. I don't know if that's what you're doing, but different people want to do different things, so it kind of depends. Your cases will vary. But yeah, I'll throw up some links in a little bit about that, because I spent way too much time researching this stuff not to share the information. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I wasted so much time researching this stuff. You wanted it for advertising bouncing on a wall at night? Oh yeah, absolutely. That could work for sure. Um, yeah, that absolutely could work. The the only thing is it want like angles matter a lot too. This one has keystone, so you can actually control the corners, but it does get a little. You start losing quality if you do it too much. So it kind of depends. But yeah, I'm gonna go. My back is just like really unhappy with me. 4 hours of painting earlier today, and now two, 2.5 here. Yeah, I'm done. Have a good night, everybody. It's good seeing you, Creative Fit, and yeah, I'll be on the Discord. Uh, have a good one. See you Wednesday. I will be painting Wednesday, and I will also be on the Dylan Sarah Drawn Together thing on Thursday. Link in the, oh no, there's a link, and I'll throw links up in the Discord too. So, all right, have a good one, everybody.